Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I was kind of MIA for a bit. I had some recovery after an accident. That being said, this new year we're taking a new approach. We're not just going to do your tips and tricks and your pageant day stuff that you've been liking. We are going to do that, but we're going to include a component where we talk to our pageant sisters and we get their perspectives about things. So, that being said, I'm happy to introduce you guys to my pageant bestie, Rosemary. Hello.
Hi.
It's only fitting that you're first because you're like the first person I met through the pageants. Especially when it was nerve-wracking doing the live pageants.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your journey, if that's okay to start.
Yeah.
It allows people to get to know you. So, I know when you were young, your mom put you in pageants. And then there was a point in time when you had to stop, but you've come back. And since you've been back, it's been your decision to do the pageants. So I want to touch base on why you started doing the pageants again and what has motivated you to continue to do the pageants.
COVID and I lost my confidence with COVID, being stuck in the house all the time. And with COVID and the pageants being just by photos, it got me out there again and used to being out there before I got on stage and got the confidence I have now.
Yeah. And that was something that was really great with the pageant system that we're with is during COVID, they did do a lot of video pageants where you can send your model walk and stuff online. So we were all able to compete and we would get our stuff shipped to us and it was awesome. And I'm very
Yeah.
thankful for all the hard work that the director and that put into that component. Um that's where we started, like my daughter and stuff, which is how I started. So I'm very thankful for that. What are some of the most significant challenges you faced during your pageant journeys, and what have you learned?
Being bigger. Um, with being bigger and being in the pageants, I always get the you shouldn't do that or don't do that. But I brush it off because at the end of the day, it's not how they feel. They it's how I feel. And if it makes me confident and happy, I'm going to keep doing it.
100%. 100%. That's what matters is that you're doing it because it makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
Um, how do you stay confident and positive, especially with setbacks and criticism? Because, like you said, I'm a curvier lady too, and I'm older and stuff. So, like you said, we do get a different side of criticism, not from the pageant people, which is amazing. It's from
No.
the outside people. So how do you handle it?
I just look at them and go, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be able to talk to you about it. I would be shy and just secluded to myself. And I just kind of tell them how much of the confidence it gave me. And at the end of the day, whatever they think doesn't matter.
Um, I want to touch base on misconceptions while we have the chance. People have a lot of perception and like assumptions about what a beauty pageant is and what it stands for. And what are some of the biggest misconceptions that you've had to hear or dealt with?
That you have to be glam and skinny and all this for it when you don't. Just be yourself, be you. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, 100%. I've heard that like there's a huge idea that like everyone's super pretty and shallow and ditzy and that's further from the truth. I know so many very smart, not shallow pageant girls. Um so it is kind of amazing to see the other perspective and see that if people get to know them, they're not what you would expect from
No.
what you see in the movies and on TV. Um, a, a lot of them are a lot more Sandra Bullock and a less ditzy. You know what I mean? From Miss Congeniality. Um, that's just reality. So I think people need to be a little more open to that possibility. Um, can you walk us through the preparation for pageants? So before you touch base on that, I want to assure everybody listening and watching that every pageant system is different. Every pageant within that system or other systems is different. So, what me and Rosemary are going to talk about might not be how you prepare, or stuff for our pageants might be different than yours. And that's okay. Opinions and that are different, and that's fine. This is just our experience and our own opinion and perspective. So, Rosemary, what do you do to prepare?
For me, I look up the songs that I think is going to go good with my voice and I practice them a lot. I cannot underestimate practicing. I and then I sometimes practice my speech, but not all the time. I do need to get better on that. Most of the time I just wing it. But there's not really a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, I'm the same but opposite in a sense. Um, I do drive my husband and I give him credit because he's such an amazing support for me. He is very redneck, very butch. Rosemary, you've met him. But when he's at the pageants with me, he is a very gentleman. He helps me carry down my awards. He claps for me. He pays attention to me like I'm the only girl in the world. He does an amazing job to make me feel special. And I kind of drive him nuts with watching my walk and going over my talents and do you think this dress fits my body type? And so so it really is an input of a lot of my family and friends. Not everybody has that kind of support, but I'm lucky enough I do. So I do a lot of preparation with a lot of thought on does this outfit fit my body type because I am older and I am curvier. Do I feel confident and comfortable in this outfit? So I do kind of break down the main entry and then the costume and then the talent. And like you said, practice is important because the more you practice, the more confident you are. The more confident, the more you're going to relate to the judges and the audience, and the more your confidence is going to shine. You're going to feel comfortable. You're going to score way higher, right? So that's a good thing. Um
Yes.
I do feel like some people not preparation, not doing it works for them. And that's what we mean by it really is your own opinion and what works for you. We're just all our tips and stuff are stuff that we have found have worked for us. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to work for you. As much as we hope it does help, it might not. And we're still working on ourselves too. So we're still working on doing things better in these categories for us. So it's not like a book or a rule of thumb or anything. Um, how do you handle the pressure of being in the spotlight and competing? So, of course, when you're in the spotlight, you're gonna have a lot of people who are like, "Oh, like when you compete in your hometown, oh, that's Rosemary. We know her and we know she scored really high at the last pageant. She's going to do amazing." And then maybe you don't feel like you do as well or something. Like how do you feel in that situation? How do you deal with it?
Honestly, I go and I have fun. I don't care what I score. At the end of the day, it's how I feel. Whether I score low or I score high, I'm going to walk out of there with a smile on my face.
Chin up, right?
Yeah.
Um so beyond the crown, what is the most valuable life skills that you have gained from participating in pageants?
Confidence.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
confidence I have today.
Yeah. I feel like confidence is the biggest one, but I feel like a self-love, a self-respect, and things like public speaking and feeling like, yeah, you might not feel like you're anybody important, but you can reach out and you can help your community. You can do charitable things. You can adopt a senior during Christmas time. You don't need a platform to do that. But sometimes being in the pageant makes you feel like a little more comfortable stepping into that realm, and then once you've done it, it becomes like your everyday stuff. Like you just naturally feel comfortable now doing that, right?
Yeah.
Um, do you think pageants empower women or do they give an outdated beauty standards for people to live up to?
They empower women, actually, I find, because they give you the confidence and everything like that. What everyone else thinks is just, it's outdated. It's
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah. I feel that too. I feel like nothing empowers somebody more than you doing what makes you happy and being confident in your skin and loving yourself. That goes beyond your skin. It goes, you have to love yourself internally. And I feel like growing the confidence and feeling like you're accepted and you can be you on stage in front of strangers allows you to feel like, if I can do this in front of strangers, why can't I be me in front of everybody else?
Yeah.
So I do feel like it empowers women. I feel like it allows us to have a space where we can be, there's no standard where you can be pretty but you have to be dependent on a guy or dependent on somebody else to do all this stuff for you. You can have a butch job, you can be a firefighter, you can be a lumberjack, but you can get on stage, wear heels, and show your feminine side too without being embarrassed about it, without feeling like it's a role to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you have any platforms or any like social issues that you like to use the fact that you're in pageants to advocate for or to talk about openly?
Bullying is a big one. I was bullied when I was younger, so trying to stick up and using my platform with pageants for that and including everyone is just a big thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. My phone is screaming at me that it's got a low battery. I'm so sorry. Um I just, oh man. If you guys only knew how many times we have talked about doing this video, and the fact that my phone might die is just funny. Um If you were given the power to change one thing in the world, what would it be and why? And I think we know this answer, but I'm just gonna leave it up
It's
to you.
gonna be it's gonna be bullying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our world doesn't need it.
Hands down. I think for me, like, of course, bullying, but I think for me, people are too judgmental. And with judgmental comes hatred and a spite for people that I don't think we naturally want to have with one another. So I just wish people could empathize with each other a little bit more and be a little more humble about themselves so we were more accepting for people,
Yeah.
not just in a bullying standard, but in a, you know, I have family members that like to live a wealthier lifestyle. They don't care if they have no money to go on a date. They want to have an amazing house to show off. I'm a little more simple. I want a house that I can live in and me and my family are comfortable in, but I can still go out on a date. I can go take my kids to do some experiences that they're going to remember when they're older, you know? So I feel like we should try judging people a little less.
Yes.
So, I mean, hopefully in time that will come, but we are all human, right? Nobody's perfect. How do you plan to use your voice or influence as a pageant queen to make a positive impact in your community?
Honestly, I talk about what confidence I've gotten from pageantry and everything like that. And I have a lot of people ask me about them and how to start them.
And that's great. Honestly, more people need to know that even without pageantry, you can be confident in anything you do, right?
Yes.
Um, what do you believe is the biggest challenge facing young people today and how they can overcome it? I think we've gone over
Bullying.
this. Yeah, we've gone over this a few times. It really is bullying, which boils down to accepting one another. We don't have to
Yeah.
be hated. We don't have to be hateful. And I know sometimes people don't think they're being hateful, but if you make a comment about somebody's hair, oh, why'd they do their hair like that? Like that alone is hateful. What's it matter? They did it because they wanted to do it.
And
Like,
sometimes you don't know you're doing it.
no, no. And it's just a natural thing that society over time has learned to make us, we think it's okay, right?
Yep.
Um, so let's see some fun questions really quick before we end our video. If you could have dinner with 3 influential people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Taylor Swift, definitely one of them. Um, Honestly, Travis Kelce, just because it's her fiance and husband and football player.
I get
I
it.
want to know what it's like.
I get it.
um, and there's a third one, but I can't think of it right now. But it's just because they're outgoing, and
I think you've told me Jax before.
I did once before.
And she's great for talking about real issues in a real way without sugarcoating it, but still appropriate for all generations and all ages. So I'm with you on that one. I like Marilyn Monroe. She stood for natural beauty back then. Um, Ashley Graham, plus size model, very body positive, lover, entrepreneur, great girl power kind of girl. And Selena Gomez, I love the fact, I know it sounds cliche, but I love the fact that she stands up for so much right now. She went from the
Oh yeah.
sheltered, scared person to this one that's not afraid to use her voice, no matter the setting and no matter what it makes her look like, as long as she feels what she's doing is right. And I admire that because there's a lot of scared people now that don't do stuff like that.
Hmm.
Especially when you're a celebrity and you're worried about being canceled. Like, they can't cancel everyone. So if we
Not
do
all
what's
at once,
right
at
and focus less on
least.
followers and views, you'd be surprised how many people you have on your side when you focus on what's right and not
Yeah.
worry, right? Um, if you could be any color in a crayon box, what would it be?
Sparkly silver. I've been told I'm outgoing, but I can also be like down to earth. Like, I don't properly know how to explain it,
Yeah.
but I can be down to earth with everything and outgoing. So
Mine's pink because I'm kind of all over the place. I could be like girly and preppy and cutesy, like at the pageants, and then I can be kind of pale and let's relax at home and stuff like the pastel. But then I'm kind of like, I can be a fuchsia, a real fuchsia sometimes too. So, so I think that's my color. Um, any funny or unexpected behind the scenes moment at a pageant that you can share with us without invading somebody else's privacy? So if you have to hide details or names, that's okay. We get it.
yeah. Last pageant with you. That pageant was not our day. Everything went wrong. Your hair, dresses, it didn't matter.
But what were okay? To give you some backstory, I had 2 of my kids. Normally, for a while, my daughter Madison that stopped doing them for a little bit. She's going through her own health struggles. And she actually wanted to come to this one. So I was super excited. And her little sister wanted to come and try one. So we were on the road at 5 a.m. I got there for 9, had to get my toddler ready for 10, had to get Madison ready for noon, and myself ready right after. So thank God Rosemary was there to help because I'm trying to do everyone's hair and everyone's makeup, and I forgot one of my kids' costumes, and oh my gosh, it was crazy. So we had a lot of fun moments during that and backstage, a lot of improvising, and we didn't
A
do too
lot.
bad, I may say. We did pretty
Yeah.
good. Um, the best piece of advice you would give your younger self.
Keep going, because at the end of the day, you'll get to where you want to be. It may be long and hard, but you'll get there.
Yeah. I think for mine it's to love yourself. Don't be afraid just because society says you shouldn't or you don't fit the mold for something doesn't mean you can't do it. You prove that there's more than one mold. That's the way I look at it, right?
Yeah.
How do you define success on your own terms even when you're not winning a title? How do you feel like if you go home empty-handed, how do you feel like you were successful?
As long as I had a smile on my face all day, laughter, I feel good about myself, that is a success.
Yeah. For me, I always have a list of things that I want to work on and do better at. So as long as I feel like I did better at, say, interview on stage or whatever, I feel like that's a success. I feel like I got there in one piece because it's a pretty far drive for me. I got there in one piece. I got to have so much fun with my pageant family and my family that has come to support me. And I've learned stuff about myself and worked on myself at the same time. There is nothing more beautiful than that. And I feel like everything you do, you don't have to look at the negatives and the losses. You can look at the wins and the moments to be proud of. And if you do that, there's no
I
reason not to feel successful.
no.
So that being said, that is the end of our video. I'm so happy to share this moment with you guys and with Rosemary. We will be back next week with another video. Whether or not Rosemary is with me, you'll have to tune in because I will obviously do some videos myself, but Rosemary has let me know that she would love to be included in some more. We're hoping to do a little pageant day journey with us, which will be lots of fun. And if you guys have any comments or any questions or suggestions for future videos, anything like that, even if it's just hi, we would love to hear from you. Comment below. You're more than welcome to comment and say hi to Rosemary too. Um, until then, like, share, and follow. And we hope to see you guys next week. Bye, Rosemary. Bye,
Bye.
guys.